In recent years, a quiet transformation has been taking place along the riverbanks and industrial yards of Bangladesh. Once primarily known for its ship-breaking yards, places where old vessels from around the world came to meet their end, Bangladesh is now emerging as a serious player in the global shipbuilding market. This shift is not just a story of industrial evolution, but a testament to the country's growing capabilities, ambition, and strategic vision. As the world's maritime needs expand, Bangladesh is positioning itself to ride the wave, potentially making shipbuilding its next major export success after garments. The story begins with Bangladesh's competitive advantages, which form the backbone of its burgeoning shipbuilding industry. One of the most significant factors is the country's abundance of skilled yet affordable labor. Compared to established shipbuilding giants like South Korea, China, or European nations, Bangladeshi engineers and workers can produce vessels at costs up to 30 to 40% lower. This cost-effectiveness does not come at the expense of skill. Over the past 2 decades, Bangladeshi shipyards have been investing heavily in training programs, technology transfer, and modern production techniques. The result is a workforce that is not only cost-competitive, but increasingly proficient in building complex vessels to international standards. This growing expertise is best illustrated by local companies that have made their mark on the world stage. Names like Western Marine Shipyard and Ananda Shipyard and Slipways Limited have become synonymous with quality and reliability. These companies have already delivered dozens of vessels abroad, earning the trust of international buyers. Their order books include cargo vessels, tankers, and passenger ferries, typically in the small to medium segment, ships up to 10,000 deadweight tonnage, DWT. Western Marine, for example, has successfully exported ships to countries as far afield as Norway and Ecuador, underlining Bangladesh's ability to meet diverse requirements and specifications. Geography also plays a vital role in Bangladesh's shipbuilding aspirations. Nestled on the edge of the Bay of Bengal, the country's strategic location offers easy access to major maritime routes that connect South Asia with Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and beyond. This proximity not only facilitates the import of raw materials and the export of finished vessels, but also positions Bangladesh as a natural hub for maritime trade and industry. The government has recognized this potential, supporting port infrastructure upgrades and encouraging private investment to further strengthen the sector's logistical capabilities. Achievements to date speak volumes about how far Bangladesh has come in a relatively short time. The country has already exported ships to discerning markets in Germany, Denmark, Finland, the Netherlands, and India, among others. These are countries with stringent requirements for safety, environmental compliance, and operational efficiency, demands that Bangladeshi shipyards have demonstrably met. The vessels range from riverine cargo ships and oil tankers to passenger ferries and specialized workboats. Each successful delivery not only boosts foreign exchange earnings, but also enhances the reputation of Bangladeshi shipbuilders in the global marketplace. Perhaps what is most exciting is the growth potential that lies ahead. The global market for small and medium-sized vessels, coasters, tankers, container feeders, tugs, and more is vast and expanding. As countries modernize their inland and coastal fleets to meet environmental regulations and increase efficiency, demand for new ships in this size category is expected to rise steadily. Bangladesh, with its combination of low production costs and growing technical expertise, is ideally placed to capture a significant share of this market. Looking further ahead, industry experts believe that with sustained investment, Bangladesh could move up the value chain to build larger and more sophisticated vessels within the next decade or so. This would require not only technological upgrades and workforce development, but also improvements in infrastructure, such as the construction of modern dry docks, streamlined supply chains for marine-grade steel, and better access to long-term financing. If these challenges can be addressed, the country's shipyards could one day compete head-to-head with the world's leading builders in even the higher segments of the market. Diversification is another crucial aspect of Bangladesh's shipbuilding journey. For decades, the country has relied heavily on its ready-made garments, RMG sector as the primary driver of export earnings. While this has brought prosperity and employment to millions, it also exposes the economy to risks from changing global demand, competition, and trade policies. By developing a globally competitive shipbuilding sector, Bangladesh can reduce its dependence on garment exports and build resilience into its economy. Other sectors like pharmaceuticals and information technology are also burgeoning, but shipbuilding, with its high value addition and potential for technology transfer, stands out as a particularly promising avenue. However, the path ahead is not without challenges. Meeting the strict quality and safety standards required by international buyers is a constant endeavor. Global shipping is a highly regulated industry, with rules set by organizations such as the International Maritime Organization, IMO, governing everything from environmental emissions to crew safety. Bangladeshi shipbuilders must not only maintain, but continuously improve their compliance with these standards if they are to retain the trust of global clients. Infrastructure remains another key hurdle. To compete with established players, Bangladesh needs state-of-the-art shipyards equipped with modern machinery, efficient dry docks, and reliable supply chains for high-quality steel and other critical materials. Financing is also a concern, as shipbuilding is a capital-intensive industry that often requires large upfront investments with long payback periods. Access to affordable credit, government incentives, and partnerships with international firms can help address these gaps. Competition from other countries is intense. China, South Korea, and Vietnam dominate the global shipbuilding market, particularly in the construction of large vessels. These countries benefit from vast economies of scale, advanced technology, and well-established supply chains. However, for smaller vessels, where customization, flexibility, and cost are key, Bangladesh's lower labor costs and growing expertise offer a compelling alternative. By focusing on this niche, Bangladeshi shipyards can carve out a space for themselves even in a crowded market. Branding and reputation are also critical. In global trade, perception matters. Bangladesh must invest not only in the physical aspects of shipbuilding, but also in building a brand that is synonymous with reliability, innovation, and value. Participation in international trade fairs, collaboration with global classification societies, and showcasing successful projects can help raise the profile of Bangladeshi shipyards. Government policy and support are essential catalysts for sustained growth. The government has already taken steps to promote the sector, such as offering tax incentives, facilitating technology transfer, and improving port infrastructure. Continued support, coupled with a clear long-term vision, can help unlock the sector's full potential. If Bangladesh continues on this trajectory, investing in technology, infrastructure, compliance, and branding, shipbuilding could indeed become its next RMG industry. Just as the garment sector transformed Bangladesh's economy and social fabric, a thriving shipbuilding sector could usher in a new era of industrialization, job creation, and global integration. It would mean not just building ships, but building a future. One where Bangladesh is recognized not merely as a place where ships are taken apart, but as a country where they are born, crafted with skill and pride, and sent out to traverse the world's oceans. In summary, the rise of Bangladesh as a shipbuilding nation is a story of adaptation, ambition, and opportunity. It leverages the country's core strengths: affordable skilled labor, strategic location, and a willingness to learn and innovate, to carve out a promising new role in the global economy. While challenges remain, the achievements to date are proof that with the right mix of investment, policy support, and determination, Bangladesh can indeed make shipbuilding its next big export success. As the world looks for new and cost-effective solutions to its maritime needs, Bangladesh stands ready to answer the call, quietly but confidently, one ship at a time.